All right, everybody, welcome back. No, it's been a little while. We're gonna start trying to get some videos put out a little quicker. Work's been kind of busy, but I got a trip coming up here in October up in the Sierra, so I've been tying some flies to get ready for that. I thought you guys might like to see this one. This is the original Holy Grail that I'm gonna tie in Blue Wing Olive. What I have in the vise today, this is a size 16 with a 2.4 millimeter. The thread that we're going to use is going to be an olive, dark olive. I'm going to start just a little bit behind the bead. Take some thread wraps down, shangy the hook, and come in and clean this piece out. Now you can use Mylar tinsel or whatever you want for the rib, but this fly is going to get pretty beat up, so I'm going to tie in a piece of chartreuse wire in lot. We're going to build a little bit of a taper here. It's going to help you with your dubbing. I'm going to get to the base. I'm going to come in. I'm going to do a dubbing noodle, but you don't have to. You can just make you a little dubbing loop or a rope if that's what you want to do. I like the actual dubbing loop just because it makes it a little bit buggier and sticks out on the fibers. For the body, we're going to use a little bit of dark green. It's a mixture of mole hair and rabbit hair in dark olive to represent that that BWO look. Like I said, you don't have to do this. You can just do a traditional noodle. It'll be fine. You're going to build this kind of sparse at the beginning and then get it tapered up to be a little bit thicker just behind the bead. As soon as I find my dubbing twister. Now, let's just use this one. I'll get this good and tightened up. All these extra long strays you can pick out. You don't have to deal with this if you do a traditional dubbing noodle. I think this one just looks a little better. I just want a few of those guard hairs coming through. Now we're going to start taking our touch and turns, working our way up. Tighten it up a little bit as you go. Preening them back so you can see what's going on. And catch that off right behind the bead. Clean out your extra. For some of these that are a little bit longer, sticking forward, I come in and clean those out just a little bit. Not too much. Now I'm going to counter wrap this with my rib. You can see how I just pushed that down so it don't get too out of control. Capture that. Go ahead and twist it out. Get all your fibers away from your head. Take a couple turns. We're going to slide this bead back just a little bit when we tie in. So for the wing case, we're going to use a piece of dark Hungarian Partridge. We're going to get these tips lined up. And just kind of square them up. That way they tuck into the bead real nice. We're going to tie that concave side up, keeping it right on top of the shank of the hook. Slowly pull it back. Got to be a little patient here. If you get a few stragglers that fall out, that's okay. You can just get those gone. It's not a big deal. Make sure that's good and secure. Now we're going to push our bead back. Make sure we got plenty of room. We're going to come in upside down. Now we're going to come in with some light Hungarian Partridge. This is going to be the legs. We're going to come into this feather and just cut a little easy V-notch into it. You can strip these off and try to tie them in with your fingers, but sometimes that's a little tricky. We're going to tie this concave side down. I'm going to secure it in front of the bead, maybe. There we go. Let's back up and punt here. Get that secure. I'll catch that in right across the bottom. Take 2 loose wraps. Now, the upside to holding or keeping these and cutting these into this V-notch is gives you room to manipulate your material. See, if you were just trying to tie these in, you wouldn't be able to do this and pull your legs to length. You would just be kind of out. See, I can control those. Good material control builds a good fly. I'll catch one in the front, one in the back again. I'm gonna come in and clean this piece out. Rotate it back over. Got a couple more stragglers there. Now we're gonna pull our wing case over the top and catch that in. 2 wraps, pull that feather back. See, I left that stem in too on purpose. Secure that down. Clean that up. Cover up my tag ends on my feather. Mess up, because that's usually what happens when the camera's rolling. And I messed all the way up. It's all right. It's all right. We'll make that work. There we go. Still was able to salvage that. I had just enough of those tips left to make it work. But don't feel bad if you mess it all the way up and you got to go back and do it over. I'm going to come in with 2 sets of whip finish. Tie that off and build a good head. Clean out my thread. And that's all there is to it. This is a great spring and fall pattern for any kind of BWOs you got coming off the water. I tie these anywhere from 14 down to an 18 and just try to make that bead that you use 1 size smaller than what you normally would for that shank. Anyway, that is the Holy Grail. Hope you guys enjoy it. Tie them up, fish them. They'll definitely take some fish. We got a new video coming out here probably around October, another fishing video. Gonna do the California Fly Fish Open, so we'll be fishing these in that competition. If you're here in the Southern Sierras and you're gonna be up there, hit me up and we'll do a couple days of pre-fish or something like that, or have a cold beer after the competition's over. But other than that, thanks for watching. If you guys like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. And if there's anything that you guys want to see, like always, leave it in the comments below. Other than that, until next time.